I was falling asleep. I'm just a girl. I hate her so much. I hate her, 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 I hate her. I feel so stupid right now. This was humbling. Good morning and welcome back to Alexandria Loves Books, Bookmas edition. As many of you know, I love a good 24-hour readathon with a theme. And so for this last 24-hour readathon of Bookmas and of 2025, my reading journal will be choosing and having control over my entire 24-hour readathon. So how this is going to work is I am going to reference the spreads in my reading journal to pick each read. I could basically just go free reign and just pick a book off of my physical TBR spread. We of course have our series tracker. I'm in the middle of 16 or 17 series. We also have my 25 books I want to read in 2025. I have 4 books still on this list that I have not read. We have the A through Z challenge where I would read a book or attempt to read a book starting with, each letter of the alphabet. I have 5 letters that I still have not read a book for. And those are all of the spreads that could pick one of my reads this video. I'm already 4 hours in, so I have 20 hours remaining. I woke up at 7 a.m. and just laid in bed with Pearly cuddling, and I listened to an audiobook that I'm already in the middle of. For a book that I can fill out in my series tracker, I actually have already been listening to the audiobook of Accomplice to the Villain by Nicole Maehrer. This is the 3rd book in the Assistant to the Villain series. I believe there will be 4 books, which the 4th one will come out probably summer or fall of 2026. So once I read this book, I will be caught up with the Assistant to the Villain series. I was about 110 pages into it before starting this morning, but now I am on page 156. According to my audiobook, I think I have 5 or 5.5 hours remaining in the audiobook, so I definitely want to finish that in this readathon. There's not much I can really say about the plot of this book because that would kind of spoil what happened in the previous books, but the first book is about Evie and the villain, of course, and Evie needs a job to support her family, so she ends up becoming the villain's assistant. And it's not a cozy fantasy, but it kind of feels a little cozy because it is a lower stakes type fantasy. It's not intense high fantasy. It's very whimsical, it's very humorous, it's very fairy tale-esque. You have the frog and you have all this magic and potions and these adventures with the kingdom and the rivalries and the fights and the guard, and it's all these these elements that come together that just make you feel like you're in a fairy tale that you already know and love, even though it's a new world of readathon and a new story and world, but it is just very nostalgic feelings and vibes. So I really enjoy it. It's not my favorite series in the world, but it is a good fun time. So I'm having a lot of fun listening to the audiobook. I also started a physical book that goes along with the A through Z challenge. We are missing J. So I started Juniper Hill by devney. This is the 2nd book in the Eden series, which is a small town romantic suspense series similar to the Sparrow Falls series. This one follows Memphis and Knox. Memphis has basically uprooted her entire life. She has a newborn baby and is moving from New York to Quincy, Montana, leaving everything she's known behind and starting a new life as a single mother, and is now going to work at the hotel that the Eden's family owns and runs, and Knox is the chef at the restaurant at this hotel. Memphis becomes a housemaid there, and she ends up living in the apartment above his garage and renting that out. There's definitely some stuff in her past that I'm curious about. I don't know how suspenseful this is gonna get. The first book there was a whole murder plot, so that was very suspenseful. I don't know where it's gonna go in this one. I'm 100 pages into it and I'm really enjoying it. I find these books to be fast-paced, even though I'm only on the second book so far in the series. It's an easy read, I feel like, so I'm very excited for this. These are the 2 books that we are reading so far. I'm gonna try to finish both of these today. I don't know if that's possible. I'm gonna try to do 12 hours today, 12 hours tomorrow. We'll see how that actually goes, because every time I plan that, it never actually happens that way. Let's start the timer again and get to reading. I'm just a girl, and moments like page 130 just make me kick my feet. Without giving any context, I hate Jill. I hate her so much. I wish I could have some words with her. I'm 174 pages in to Juniper Hill. Pearl wants to play with, can you see it? Broccoli, her favorite toy. So I think I'm gonna switch to my audiobook and probably make some lunch and play with Pearlie. And then I'll get back into Juniper Hill. Don't mind hearing my mother cut the grass. I'm having a great time reading this book. It's fast-paced, I'm entertained. It's a book that I can easily binge and I'm not like, oh, I'm tired of reading it. Like, no, I'm enjoying myself. I could keep reading if I wasn't hungry and if Pearl didn't need playtime. Reading this book is kind of reminding me, like, not reminding me as if I forgot, but reminding me why I love romance. This is not like a 5-star book for me, but it's definitely going to be a good rating. I'm just having a great time reading about people falling in love. People who are imperfect and have flaws. I feel like I've barely talked to you this readathon. I've just been having a grand old time reading my book, and then I look down at the timer and I'm at 16 hours. I've read or listened to about 70-ish pages of Accomplice to the Villain, and I'm interested, I'm invested, I'm intrigued, I am entertained by the plot and where they're traveling to and who they're meeting and the traps that are set and that happen. I've forced myself to kind of take a pause to focus on my physical read at Juniper Hill, and I am at page 268, chapter 20. I'm having the time of my life. This book is not like gonna blow your mind. It's nothing too different from most romances, but it's done well and it's enjoyable. I really like Knox and Memphis together. I feel connected to both of them. I think they are a great fit together, and I love in a book, even if it's not like a magical realism type romance, but when like it feels like they are meant to be together and like their past led them to each other in a way, and I kind of get that vibes from this couple, and so I really like them together. I hate her family and what she went through in her past, even though her current situation, parts of it like suck just because it's like hard. I am like, so I don't know, like I'm happy for her that those things did happen because it made her such a better person, and now she's surrounded by kind people. I'm having a great time. How many times can I say that? I need to stop saying it. Clearly you get it. So I think I'm just literally gonna keep binging this. Okay, I did just take a break to listen to all of Tate McRae's new songs, plural, on the deluxe album. I say first listen, Anything But Love, Trying On Shoes are my favorite. Nobody's Girl is up there. I could see that becoming one of my favorites after I listened to it more. Now back to reading. Now I'll start the timer again. It was a needed break, okay? You can't expect me to do a 24-hour readathon the day of the deluxe album release with like 5 extra songs and not listen to them. Starting now. We're back. I hate Jill. I hate her so much. I hate her, 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 I hate her. I do. It's just my truth, okay? I can't stand her, and she's pissing me off. And I thought this from the beginning. Oh, this is making me so mad. Here's where suspense is coming in. I want justice. If I don't get the justice I want, I'm gonna be so mad. Oh, near the beginning to like the middle, I was like, I don't see how this is gonna get suspenseful. Oh, Lord, I was feeling adrenaline. My heart like is still racing right now. I would go absolutely berserk if I was Memphis in this situation. Holy cannoli. Deep breaths, it's fictional, it's fake, there's gonna be a happy ending, and everything's fine. Everything is fine. I'm fine.
I'm fine! Totally fine! I don't know why it's coming out all loud and squeaky, because really, I'm fine.
With just under 15 hours remaining, I finished the first book of the readathon, Juniper Hill by Devney, the second book in the Eden series. I'm gonna rate it 4 stars. Can you guess what I'm gonna say? I had a great time. I feel like I've been reading a lot of books the past few months that have been really mid to me and my reading taste, and have been like 3 stars and under. And I haven't had many books in the 4 stars, and I don't know if that's like actually true, but it's the way that my reading journey the past few months has felt, which has not been great. And then part of me has been like, I know I love reading. Why have I not been enjoying reading? So this was really pleasant because, like, yeah, it was a little predictable and a little cliche, but like not that much in my opinion, but a little, it leans that way. But I had a great time, and I love reading these types of romances. It just hit so hard. I really enjoyed it. I liked the epilogue. I like them together. I love this family. It's just a great time. The suspense got me. I wasn't prepared for all that, but it kept me so entertained, and that's what I love in a book. I don't care if a book's writing isn't like Shakespearean, poetic. I don't care if a book has that type of writing. I just care that I'm entertained and that the writing isn't so bad that I'm taken out of the story. I'm in my books for enjoyment and entertainment and the vibes. I'm just so happy that I read a 4-star because I feel like I haven't in a bit, and it was just like a fun, good time, a great romance in my opinion. I loved it, and I can't wait to continue the series, and I think I know who the next book is gonna follow based on the epilogue. I'm assuming. I haven't actually checked to look, but I need to get the 3rd book immediately. That's one thing with like having a huge TBR. I'd like read a book and I'm like, awesome, 1 book off the TBR. However, I'm immediately buying the next book in the series, so then that just replaces what this book was on my TBR, so it really is not going down at all. I'm going to spend the next basically 2.5 hours of my required reading time for the day listening to my audiobook, and hopefully I will actually be able to go past the 12-hour mark and either finish this or make a ton of progress. That's the goal. I'm gonna make dinner and probably play the Wii for a bit and listen to the audiobook, of course. I lost. The computer beat me. This hasn't happened since I was a kid. I always win against the computers. This was humbling. Good morning. I have a lot of reading updates for you. Last night, I listened to the audiobook of Accomplice to the Villain until around 10-ish p.m. when I realized I was falling asleep. But luckily, I was able to find the chapter that was the last thing I remembered before I fell asleep, and I had only slept through 2 chapters. So I ended the timer at around 10.5 hours remaining last night, fell asleep. I naturally woke up at like 6:45 and couldn't fall back to sleep. So I was like, well, if I'm up, might as well finish listening to the audiobooks. I had about an hour left, and I finished Accomplice to the Villain by Nicole Maehrer, and I rated it a 3.5 stars. I honestly really enjoyed it. This is the first time I listened to an audiobook in this series, and I think I prefer the audiobook over physically reading it. The narrator does a great job of really bringing the personalities to all of these characters, because these characters, they have such personalities. They are very humorous, and they have like great like banter that I think it works better when you hear it than like reading it. I also really enjoyed this book. Had, I feel like, different, I don't know if they'd be like subplots or side plots, or even if there's a difference in those words. There's like the main plot of what the villain and Evie are working on and trying to solve and get information and everything on, but then other characters are also on their own quests that relate somewhat to like what the villain and Evie are doing. You get chapters in a bunch of different characters' POVs. You hear what's happening at the manor while other characters are out somewhere else. And so it was really entertaining and a lot of fun. And that ending, I wasn't expecting to be as like, what? As I was, but I was like, what? And I was. And now I get why the next book is called Adversary to the Villain. This is great that I got this book off of my physical TBR, and I am now all caught up. I know there's the 4th book, but it's not out yet. So I am all caught up on this series, which is really exciting. I also started the 3rd book in this readathon, and I was debating, like, what do I want to do? Because I was like, I probably should do a book off my 2025 TBR, but out of these 4 books, I don't feel like reading any of them right now. And I really am trying to avoid a reading slump because I've been reading so much with Bookmas prep and everything. And last week I was in a bit of a reading slump. So I don't want to read a book that I'm not in the mood for. But I was like, oh, do I do another series tracker one? And then I was like, wait a second. I also have my monthly TBR. And I've only read 3 out of 6 of these books. So I was like, wait a second. I can do one of these books because this is also something in my reading journal. So as you saw, I started Fall With Me by Becca and Mack, and I am now, I think 75 pages into it out of like 480. I currently have 7.5 hours remaining. I will not be finishing this book. There's always, nothing's impossible, but this is very unlikely that I'll finish this. But my goal is to get to at least like page 400 or even like 380, so that I'll have about 100 pages left once the timer is done. I want to get as far into it as I can. I've been meaning to read this book for the longest time. This is the 4th out of 5 books in the Playing for Keeps series, which is a hockey romance series. I love this series. I think it's done so well. There's great found family. The banter is so good. All of the characters in found family are just so funny to me. I love their dynamics, and I always really feel emotionally connected to the romances. This one follows Jackson Riley and Lennon Hayes. We've met Jackson. He is on this hockey team in Vancouver, and he is a player. The way that Jackson treats women, he doesn't remember their names. He's truly just in it to hook up and, on to the next. Like, I like him, but I don't want to like him because he's rude. And so he meets Lennon in Cabo. She's supposed to be on her honeymoon, but she's not. She's by herself. And they end up having a one-night stand, but they like argue bicker. And it's really fun. And then, this is on the back of the book, that they have that one-night stand. They go their separate ways, and she moves to a new city with a new job. And of course, that new job is the photographer for the Vancouver Vipers. And they run into each other again. And I love it because I hate the pick-me girl energy and like I'm not like other girls. It's annoying reading about girls that are trying to be that way, like they're trying to be special to like reel in a man to be like, well, I'm different, like whatever. But Lennon is actually different, and it's not her trying to be like cool or whatever. It's just very entertaining writing. And so let's try to get as far in as I can within 7.5 hours. I'll be honest with you though, I am feeling a little restless and like I'm hitting a bit of a wall because I've been reading a lot the past however long I've been reading. I can't do that math right now, so it's gonna be a rough one, but luckily I picked a book that I'm excited to read. I'm such an idiot. I just read 38 pages and I didn't realize until now that I hadn't started the timer. I just started it again. 38 pages, that could have been probably 45 minutes to an hour of reading. That's not accounted for. I'll see how many pages I read in an hour, and if it's close to 38, which I feel like it probably is, I feel like I'm probably reading around 40 to 45 pages an hour, then once I have an hour left of this, I'm allowing myself to stop reading and be done and say I did it, because I deserve it. How could I forget to hit start or resume, play, whatever the heck the button is called? I feel so stupid right now. I'm over 200 pages into the book. I'm not even halfway. The joys of reading really long books. I have 4.5 hours remaining, and technically there was that hour that I kind of forgot to have the timer going, so I guess 3.5 hours, but I've also been a little lenient with myself and have been like playing games on my phone every so often while the timer's going. So how much time do I really have left? Who knows? I'm kind of over reading. I'm enjoying the book. It's fun. It's silly. Having a good time, but my eyes are tired of looking at words and doing that. I'm 300 pages in and I have 2 hours left. It's like 9:30 and I'm tired. So I think I'm going to play off the last 2 hours for tomorrow. Like I mentioned earlier, he's a player, and in the beginning there's things about him that I'm like, I hate you. If I met someone like you in real life, I would hate you, but I can't help but like him as a character. And I think that's partly because I've known him in the previous books where I like read about him as just like one of the friends of the friend group, and so like I naturally like him as a character, and I'm entertained by him. And I'm like, dude, you're being stupid with your love life. But the character arc is arcing. We literally just had a moment where he kind of took a step back in the character arc, but you know, he's getting in his own head and he needs to get his head out of his you-know-what. But that makes me want to keep reading that much more because I want to see him grow as a person. But he loves her so well, in my opinion. If you're an acts of service girly, you will love Jackson Riley. The things he does for her without her asking or even like really mentioning it, like he goes out of his way to do these like little things for her. One of my favorite like micro tropes is when an MMC takes care of the FMC when she's either not feeling well or when she's on her period and not feeling well, and it was so wholesome and sweet. Oh, and what he did for her birthday. And I feel connected to both Lennon and Jackson. I feel for Lennon so much with the breakup that she had with her now ex-fiance and how he did not treat her right. And we learned that like Jackson has trauma of his own that contributes to kind of how he views himself and his life. And I just want to give both of them a big hug, and I'm so glad that they have each other. I'm having a good time. It's definitely very spicy. So that I'm like, every time there's a new spice scene, I'm like, okay, like we get it already. Like we don't have to like go in detail anymore. We got it. I finished Fall With Me by Becka Mack today. It's been 4 days, I think, since the readathon, but that's okay because we still completed it and that's what matters. I was at 388 when the timer went off, and then I finished it basically today, but last night before bed, finished it at like 1 a.m. And I think I'm gonna give it a 3.75 star rating. I really enjoyed this one. Becka Mack has just this gift for taking these like funny, silly characters and making them so just like honest and human and raw and real, and she makes me so connected to them that I just want to cry. Like she is able to take these funny, lighthearted characters. They're not fully lighthearted because they are so honest and real, but on the surface they are just so like they're making like stupid jokes and they're just being so silly and they're like doing their dances, and it's like they're silly characters, you know. And then she writes them these like soulmate type of romances that make me feel so connected to them. Like even though I think this one was my least favorite of the first four that I've read so far, but I still loved it, and I love Lennon and Jackson together, and they truly give me soulmate energy. I think every single couple has given me soulmate energy in this series. My main complaint is that this was way too spicy for my personal preference. If that's your thing, this is the series for you, because all of them are very spicy. But this one just felt even more spicy, that I was like, okay, another spicy scene? Why? And I literally was just like, okay, I'm reading it. Okay, like, so I skimmed some of those scenes because I was like, I've read about them hooking up too much. I don't need it any, like, there was so much spice in it that I was like, this is not adding to the plot in any way. This is just writing spice to write spice, which is fine. That is like totally okay. But it's just not it's not what I like to read. And maybe this just felt more spicy than the other books because I've obviously read this one more recently than the others, but it did feel spicier in my opinion. But all of the other books, you can't see them. They're over there. They are also very spicy. And the pacing in the second half felt a little slow. With all of these books, they are thicker books, between like 400 to 500 pages, and usually like about this much through, I get to in every book, I'm like, okay, why are we still here? Like, I think this ending could be a lot shorter. We could pick up the pacing a little bit. And so I definitely felt that with this one, especially because of how spicy it was. And then I was like, okay, we're slow paced right now, and I think people can get their crap together sooner. So that is why it's a 3.75. The rest are 4 and above, but overall this is like a 4.25 series for me. And that is our readathon. I'd say this was very successful, and it felt like very productive having my reading journal kind of control this, because I was able to be really productive in my reading with finishing, or no, I didn't finish any series. I caught up with one series. I got further into other series. Actually, I read another letter in the alphabet challenge. I didn't think that was gonna happen. And I read another book on my monthly TBR. So this was very productive, and I'm very proud of myself. So thank you for watching. I hope you had fun with me in this 24-hour readathon. The last 24-hour readathon I'm gonna be doing for a while, because I've been doing it a lot the past few months and I need a break. Thank you for watching. I love you all so much. It means the world that you are here, that you clicked on this video. And if you want, maybe you should subscribe and stick around. I promise I make fun videos. Usually, I try. So like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye!